Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Floyd, KINAHAN, Mayweather. Is that what we should call him from now on? Is Floyd getting involved in boxing with boxers now, positioned as a consultant? That's what I think. I don't have any proof of that. That's my opinion, man, and I'm going to tell you why I think that. Let's just take a look at everything, right? Well, you know, it makes you wonder, what the hell is Floyd doing always getting involved in other people's business? You know, Floyd Mayweather's gone on record the last couple of months and said, if it involves Al Heyman, it involves me. He's even gone on to say things to make it sound like PBC, and he owns PBC. Now, he doesn't expound, but it makes me wonder, you know, what exactly is the relationship between Floyd and Al Heyman? You know, we know Al Heyman is skirting the Muhammad Ali Act. We know that. He's a manager and promoter, masked under the title advisor. Okay? So when Floyd comes on record and when he started talking about, you know, Crawford and Spence is not a done deal. And when it is, I think he was talking to Fight Hype. He was like, I'll make sure to let you all know. He's like, but if I say it's not happening, it's not a done deal. That means it's not happening. It's not a done deal. And I was sitting there thinking, okay, maybe Floyd would know if the fight's happening because of his relationship with Al Heyman, PBC. He's probably a fly on the wall a lot of times, and, you know, pretty tight circle over there, so he's going to, hey, guess what? These guys are going to fight. So he's going to be privy to some things that not many people are privy to. And he'll probably have first-hand knowledge of things. So when he says, if he says the fight's happening, then that means it's happening. I believe that to a certain extent, that he's probably been told something, or he's probably been in a meeting, or he's just around, right? But I don't think he's going to be made aware of something because he's a guy there who's one of the key decision makers in orchestrating the fights. But maybe he is, okay? And now you see the fact that Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence isn't happening now. Leads me to believe that maybe what Floyd was saying, there was a little bit of truth to it, okay? But it also leads me to believe that we need to start calling Floyd Money Mayweather, give him another AKA, also known as KINAHAN Mayweather, because look at the move that Terrence Crawford is making. Yeah, I think Floyd finagled himself a little hustle on at the expense of Terrence Crawford to pull some money out of Terrence Crawford as a consultant. Because look at what Terrence Crawford is doing, right? And look at what Mayweather's been doing the last few years. Since Mayweather's retired, he hasn't had many fights on Showtime pay-per-view. I think it was the Logan Paul fight, right? But every other fight exhibition bout that Floyd did, they've been on some kind of streaming platform. You know, some streaming service. You know, Floyd's not out here fighting on Showtime pay-per-view. You know, he's definitely not messing with Triller, because we know Triller, they don't have their stuff together. But Floyd is out here with these different streaming platforms and has the whole world wondering, how the hell are these streaming platforms able to pay this man $8 million, $10 million, $15 million, $20 million, $30 million? But somehow it's working for him, right? And now you see Terrence Crawford, after Floyd comes out, speaks on his behalf. Remember, years ago, he spoke very highly of Earl Spence. He's the future of boxing, future of 147, blah, blah, blah. Then Floyd comes out and picks Terrence Crawford to win. And then out of nowhere, Crawford's fighting on a streaming platform like Floyd is doing, Crawford's going to make $10 million, kind of like what Floyd is doing. Look, man, put on your thinking caps. Yo, I got mine on. I'm telling you something. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just think there's a little bit more going on here. People are saying Terrence Crawford is ducking Spence. Terrence Crawford not ducking Spence. First of all, Terrence Crawford, I believe when he says he told him he's gonna fight. He needs something, right? Can't be out the ring that long and expect to go in there and squab with Earl Spence. Like it just doesn't work that way. They actually both need to have a little tune-up fight. So with Crawford fighting this guy, Avanesyan or whatever his name is, low threat, should get in there and clip him. But let's not sit here and get frustrated with what Crawford's doing, because Tyson Fury's doing it with Chisora. He beat him twice. He's gonna beat him a third time. Him fighting Chisora ain't nothing but a glorified sparring match. We know Chisora's not gonna put up any real threat to Tyson Fury. And they issued a gag order because they don't want Chisora to run his mouth, cause like he likes to do, and basically say, hey, this is all just something we arranged to just, as a glorified sparring match, put some money in his pocket, and that's it. You see, there's so much, and this just lets you know, man, boxing is shady. Boxing is shady, man. But with Terrence Crawford, nothing wrong with that. The move he's making is a move like what Mayweather, later in his career would have made. Get in there with someone who's low threat. Mayweather always talking about, I'm going to go out there and break the bank. Fight someone low threat, break the bank. Get that ring rust out of you. Lubricate those joints and everything so that, you don't get arthritis in your body. And then you come on and fight Earl Spence. But this is the thing. This is the thing, right? All of that sounds good on paper. But there's a good chance that this fight between Crawford and Spence doesn't happen. I really feel there's a good chance. Because I don't know who Earl Spence is going to fight. Well, actually, I do know what they're saying. It's supposed to be Keith Thurman. And if for some reason Spence can finagle his way out of that Keith Thurman fight, maybe Stan Eunice. Either way it goes, 2 tough fights for Keith Thurman. Look at what Crawford's dealing with. Man, the guy has last 6 fights, all 6 by knockouts. But come on, man, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. Crawford's not under any real stress in this upcoming fight. But I honestly feel Crawford and Mayweather are working together, and Mayweather is advising Crawford. And I think he's pulling a Kinahan here, where he's getting involved with Crawford behind the scenes, and I'm going to be watching this closely to see the next move, the next step that Terrence Crawford takes. Because remember, Crawford's not with Top Rank. My understanding, Crawford's self-promoting right now. How the hell is he self-promoting? He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Sure, he learned some stuff when he was at Top Rank, but Crawford don't know what the hell he's doing. You know how hard it is to self-promote? You got to have real money to be able to self-promote. And I honestly think, I don't care what anyone says, I think Mayweather has a lot to do with the decision that Crawford made to fight on this platform, and the opponent that he selected, and he's going to get a guarantee. I really feel that, and I feel Floyd is going to be there kind of in this situation with him where he's not signed to him, but is more as a consultant. This way Crawford gets the help he needs, gets the advice he needs, somewhat gets the manager and promoter advisor that he needs to help with his career without being tied to somebody. And I could see there being some kind of verbal agreement in place. I'm just throwing some stuff out there, but I think 75% of what I'm saying is spot on. The other 25% I could be wrong. I think 75% of what I'm saying is correct about Crawford and Floyd. I think Floyd has influenced Crawford. I think he Floyd KINAHAN Mayweather is advising this guy, is consulting with, providing consultation fees and services, and I just think Terrence Crawford is gonna start to do things kind of like Floyd Mayweather. And don't be surprised if you see Crawford all of a sudden in all his fights on these streaming platforms and getting paid. And don't be surprised, especially now, if the Spence fight doesn't happen, because Mayweather, look at what he's doing with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta, they're not going to put Gervonta in there with no damn killers. Will Gervonta win those fights? Yeah. But will the fights be high risk? Yeah, it's boxing. But you got to give the nod to Gervonta Davis. But they already said, you can't eat belts. Belts don't matter to them. Okay? So they're going to put them in fights, let them break the bank, $8 to $20 million a fight, fighting nobodies, and it is what it is. And I actually don't disagree with that. As a fight fan, I'm like, nah, that's BS. We want to see the fights. But as someone here with a little bit of brain on them, it's like, shit, if you can go out there and make $20 million fighting a nobody, why get in there to make, $20 million or less fighting somebody and risk losing your undefeated record? So I don't disagree with what they're doing. But I'm going to be watching this pretty closely because he's just moving like Mayweather right now. Quiet, you don't really know nothing that's going on, and then boom, an announcement comes out. Streaming platform, making real money. Come on, man. Yeah, man, come on, let's think outside the box here. But that's what I think is going on. And I'm not going to get into all the specifics. I've done videos on it. Other people are talking about it. Terrence Crawford says there was no transparency there. They wouldn't get his man a guarantee. All kind of crap going on. And I don't think it's Earl Spence's fault. I don't think it's Crawford's fault. I think it's key decision makers behind the scenes that have created so many complications with getting this fight made that Crawford said, you know what, I have to fight. And I think it's Spence is going to come out and say what he's saying. They're going to point fingers at each other. But that shouldn't happen. This right here, it's almost like, to me, it's like they both were dating the same girlfriend, right? And didn't know. And now they're sitting there getting mad at each other when they should be getting mad at the girl. Or just, instead of trying to come now and talk shit about each other. It's the female's fault. She's the one out there messing around. Can't get mad at each other. In this case, the female in this case is the goddamn decision maker behind the scenes. Get mad at them. What y'all beefing for, man? Y'all about to kill each other over what? This person, if they would have done the right thing, we wouldn't be in this situation. So come on, man. But anyway, man, that being said, more to come on this. Floyd, KINAHAN Mayweather, think he's out here, man, providing consultation services to Terrence Crawford. Because what he's doing just looks too similar to what Mayweather's doing. And that's my opinion. Could be wrong, could be right. Doesn't matter, it's my opinion. That being said, shout out to everybody from all 7 continents. Appreciate the support. Y'all keep cool. Hailing out all the veterans. And as always, I'm in the breeze.